Hello everyone, I'm Chronological Gamer and welcome to a video I was not planning to make, but I am going to. So this is Companies of Heroes 3. It's been quite a bit of years since my last video about this game, so why am I back? Well, yesterday I had a really good game, and I saved the replay, which I want to share with the world. The reason why I'm doing this video is because you see all of these red marks. These are old replays which I can no longer watch because they are of an older version. But this replay, this game I had yesterday was so good. I want to share it with the world before it becomes outdated. And the first thing you might notice is, but you were playing against AI. Yes, but I don't care because it's just that good of a replay. So this is a co-op PvE game mode of Company of Heroes 3, where you and another players have to fight against AI. So we were team 2 and the AI was team 1. By the way, you can see that the Americans had the Pershing pack. If you don't know, the heavy weapons pack gives you access to like 50 cals, assault half tracks and the Pershing, which is probably the best heavy tank in the game. Okay, so I was playing with Wehrmacht and we were on the side. Okay, so I go immediately with Gruppo di Sfondamento because I really like Granatiere d'Assalto. So the Wehrmacht Grenadiers are some of the weakest infantry for fighting. They have a good damage, but really low health. Like if you compare the Grenadiers to any other rifleman squad, they lose. Their strength is that they can do a lot more than just fight. They can build, they can heal, they can reinforce, so they're really good. Over here you can see my teammate doing something really good, building their infantry forward so you can replenish your infantry on the battlefield. By the way, we were playing on a really particular map. It has two variants. This one had all of the water and some of the choke points were completely blocked off. Like you can see, I was trying to get my Kettengrad here. You can see the pathfinding on the map, but for some reason the Kettengrad is a little stupid and doesn't realize he cannot go through here. So I realized this like after 5 minutes and I have to reroute it manually because the normal pathfinding doesn't work. Really unfortunate. Okay, so anyway, I get my MG42. The MG42, it's the best machine gun in the game after the 50 cal, but the 50 cal you can only get it if you have the American group with the heavy weapons. So the first American chose Gruppo di Operazioni Speciali and another one did choose the heavy weapons one. So this could be dangerous, but for now there's nothing we can do about. Over here we got one of my teammates which chose the Luftwaffe upgrade. I'm a really big fan of the Luftwaffe because it's not really that good in PvP, but in PvE it's amazing. Because the AI, it's not that good at dealing with fortifications. But anyway, we go over here. I build Postazione di Combattimento, which if you don't know, just makes your weapons more accurate and shoot faster. So, you know, that's always really good. So anyway, the enemy is trying to attack, but my ally seems to be able to hold. My machine gun managed to stop his engineers. Overall, a bit chaotic, but a good start nevertheless. By the way, over here there was a bug where the Kettengrad went through this wall. I don't know how that happened, but regardless. So I sent my Kettengrad to decap this point. You know, I don't want the enemy to get too many points. I can take some damage, it's no problem. And now I retreat out of the way, really good. Okay, so I think I got my Grenadiers. So I was saying before, I like to get this upgrade because you make the Grenadiers from a decent, maybe bad rifle squad into an amazing assault squad. The MP40 guarantees you that you are going to win most close counter fights. Anyway, you can see that the enemy now has 2 dingoes, and I'm pretty sure at some point it will also bring out the stewards. So I try to use my binocular ability to help my allies, you know, giving them view range. Over here we can see our another allies are doing good. Our only Africa Corps member choose the Italian Bersaglieri, which are some of the best infantry in the game, so, you know, I can't be mad at that. Okay, MG42 opening fire on the rifleman. My machine gun holding the line really good. But sadly, our enemy squad seems to have got behind us. So anyway, my ally is sending more paratroopers. As I say, the Luftwaffe, it's really fun to mess around with. Because when you play in a multiplayer, it can be outmatched. It's not like unplayable, but it is a little harder compared to another stuff. But against AI, it's really good. Okay, so you can see my grenadiers fighting some Tommies. They have an anti-tank rifle, so if I manage to steal that, that could help us with all of the dingoes. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure my machine gun to stop another push by the enemy. Yeah, the postazione di combattimento, it's really good. However, this will backfire to me. You can see already here, he's shooting smoke, and this will be the reason I will lose this position in the future. Anyway, the enemy has 2 machine guns here, because 1 wasn't enough. And you can see my ally infantry is getting completely ripped. So I'm trying to help him now that I got the MP40 upgrade. Okay, so the enemy is retreating for some reason. Not sure why, but at least it makes our job easier. So you can see that there is all of this smoke. So I see the smoke, I try to retreat the Kettengrad, and in a giant stroke of bad luck, I actually go right into the bomb. Sometimes you just get unlucky, you can do anything about it, sadly. But now I finally decide to get an anti-tank gun, because I see, okay, they probably have this fuel, this fuel, this fuel, this fuel. So the enemy probably is gonna bring some tanks soon, and you can see here, they have 2 stewards, so I was right. So I managed to make the Pak 40 just in time. Over here is also an M16, so that's really bad. Over here another M16, the enemy is just rolling. Sadly, 1 anti-tank cannon, it's not gonna be enough, but at least I try. Somehow I missed that shot, which is really unfortunate. But my teammate is trying his best. Okay, I destroyed 1. Now I try to retreat to not lose my anti-tank cannon. Okay, shoot, miss. The M16 is advancing. Okay, hit, nice. So now I think I was focusing on my grenadiers because they were really damaged. So sadly I'm going to lose this anti-tank cannon, but not before destroying the second M16, so you know. At least I'm doing my part in trying to slow down the enemy, but now with no anti-tank gun, my engineers get cuts outside. That's really unfortunate. I was trying to build a bunker to put a machine gun, because all of this infantry pushing, it's really bad. My friend throws a circle charge amazing. I remember being so happy about this one during the game. But they still have a lot of enemies over here. Thanks God the machine gun bunker, it's finally doing work. And this is where the assault grenadiers become really amazing. MP40, the assault grenade pack, and I managed to steal the anti-tank rifles to deal with future vehicles. So you can see here, once you get this upgrade for your grenadiers, they become a lot more deadly. Which is exactly why I went for this. So okay, we have somewhat of a bad start. We lost our front line defense. But my machine gun is still defending, also now it's level 1. We are fighting back, my ally is here always to support me. Being a good team member, it's always appreciated. Okay, so I take my anti-tank cannon back because I don't want to risk losing it. So I have 2 anti-tank cannons actually, which is really good. Meanwhile, my allies are fighting over here, doing a good job. They managed to hold their front line thanks to the medic bunker. They have a lot of machine guns, a Pak-38, that's good, that's good. An engineer squad tries to decrew my anti-tank gun, but it's not going to work. Okay, my machine gun stopping 4. I'm pretty sure that is 4 squads, Jesus Christ. No, 5. They also have a member, Jesus Christ, a general, a captain. Yeah, that's crazy. But sadly, they use their smoke ability. And it's pretty much what got my machine gun killed. Anyway, they have a Stuart, anti-aereo, and a Dingo. So I try to move my anti-tank cannon forwards, just a little bit. And over here you can see they are breaking in. So yeah, post-azione di combattimento, it's really good. But it can also backfire. But I'm not giving up yet. I'm trying to set my machine gun behind this dead Sherman. And I open fire. I try to keep fighting back, stopping the enemy. So I pinned their squad again, but I realized I only have one member, it's not going to work, so I try to retreat. And does it work? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, actually yes, I think I managed to escape with the machine gun. Okay, it's not that bad after all. Yeah, the situation doesn't look good, but it also doesn't look completely bad. I got 20 tank cannons, my grenadiers with the boys rifle and 3 MP40. So I try to push forward, try to seek and destroy. I also get my upgrade, which allows me to get a half track, which is extremely important when you play Wehrmacht, and also some Sturmtruppen, which are really good anti-infantry units. So we are fighting back, not all hope it's lost, so I'm gonna capture this ammo point and capture the victory point. Meanwhile, our allies still fighting. They destroy enemy vehicle, they are doing a good job, they got machine guns, anti-tank cannons, their operational base. They know their stuff, they are ready. So you can see we are fighting back, kicking out these engineer squads. Over here, more enemy Tommies. Just giving us a free anti-tank rifle, which my friend is going to take. Good job. So sadly, I can no longer go here with the machine gun, so I put it one here to prevent them from pushing from this side. So my ally is finally building the Flak 36. This is why the Luftwaffe pack is just so fun to play. Again, in PvP it's not good. Because if you're playing against a player which has a working brain, they are just going to attack it with artillery. But AI, it's not that smart, so they don't know how to always use artillery. So this becomes a really good tank killer. Ooh, that bomb managed to damage it, but it's not over yet. Meanwhile, our another teammates, for some reason my grenadiers are here. I think it's because I was trying to help them deal with a Stuart since I have the anti-tank rifle. But anyway, we managed to take back this ammunition point, which is good. The more ammunition we have, the better it is. Over here I see they have a machine gun, so I try to walk outside of the range so I can throw my grenades, but there is no need to because they are running away. So anyway, I focus my infantry on capturing this point. After all, it doesn't matter how many points you're protecting if you don't protect the victory points. So I try to build some sandbags for protection. Meanwhile, I place my anti-tank cannons here to protect my allies, but I realize we have the Flak 36, and now we also have a Flak 38. So we might not need these anti-tank cannons back here anymore. Crusader spotted. He gets half of his HP destroyed. And there it goes, Crusader destroyed. Okay, so we make the enemy retreat. Over here they got a bazooka squad, so we must be careful about my half track. By the way, if you're wondering this, it's my loadout. I figured out that Bombardier Incendiary, it's not good. I mean, it is good, but in this scenario, an half track with Stormtroopers was much better. because I needed something to support my infantry. For some reason, I think I misclick and I send my half track here, and sadly I realize it's too late. So yeah, be careful because a misclick can ruin you the game. Meanwhile, they have a Sherman in their base, which really sucks. Actually, 2 Shermans and a Crusader. So remember the Barber Wire that was here back then? Yeah, the enemy tanks just break it. And now we are in a lot of troubles because all of my anti-tank cannons are here. I'm trying to bring them back. My infantry squad with anti-tank rifles, I try to shoot, I try to run away. So close to losing this squad, but thanks God it survives. My ally comes into my help, thanks God. We open fire on the tanks, they are really exposed. So if I can get my anti-tank cannon, this might actually help us. Too close, too close. Another satchel charge. Beautiful, my ally really knows how to use the satchel charge, it's amazing. The enemy is attacking the flak, they managed to neutralize the flak 38, which really sucks. So I'm trying to protect the flak 36, if this dies we lose all hope. So I'm trying to use some grenades to deteriorate the enemy. But sadly it doesn't seem to work. Okay. Okay, my stormtroopers managed to survive by miracle. Over here some scouts just refuse to surrender, just refuse to retreat. So I get the kill and now my grenadiers are level 3. But my ally on the left side begin to have problems. They now have the 76mm Sherman, the Hellcat, the Matilda. These are really big problems. Okay, so he's running his best to try and get the anti-tank cannon back. Okay, maybe they managed to get the Matilda. The Matilda goes down, but they still have so many tanks. Our side, it's looking even worse. The Flak 36, it's gone. We have no more protection. So I run back my anti-tank cannons before they can get overwhelmed. I try to get my grenadiers forward. I also try to send my troops here. Now that the Barber Warrior is destroyed, they actually allow me to go here. So I can capture back the fuel. And the fuel is really important because with fuel you can have tanks. So anyway, we are fighting an incredible battle. Here I go for the Grenadiers Ultra Grenade. You can see I managed to at least dislodge all of this infantry, but they have 3 tanks. My engineers die for the 2nd time, really unfortunate. I try to move my anti-tank cannons forward, they just have too many tanks. There they are, open fire. So meanwhile, over here there is a Hellcat trying to destroy my emplacement. Okay, the Sherman is back, but I think we managed to destroy it. Okay, so the Sherman goes down, but I temporarily lose 1 anti-tank gun, which is pretty bad. So the Hellcat is still trying to destroy my building, so I just make my machine gun leave, and this is pretty funny because all anti-tank vehicles start with the precedenza ai veicoli, which means they can only shoot vehicles. The AI cannot override this, so he's just standing there, and he's gonna stand there for like 10 minutes doing nothing because there are no vehicles nearby. So yeah, this is really fun. So anyway, they have a machine gun here. We are once again pushed back, but now we have 4 anti-tank cannons. So now no tank is ever gonna mess with us. So we are also trying to capture the ammunition point back. We do have a lot of ammunition. How about my allies? Okay, 500, really good. 100, it's fine. and also 200. So we got a decent amount of ammunition, but having more woolen hurt. So our ally frontline seems to also be crumbling. They lost their medical track, but they still got the medical bunker, so it's fine. The machine gun, I think it's gonna go down, which will be a real shame, because it's a level 3 machine gun. You really need to keep your most veteran units alive. Meanwhile, you can see a medic saving a soldier. Saving soldiers also saves you manpower, which is really important. Manpower, the more you have it, the better it is. Meanwhile, our Africa Corps player does a 2000 IQ move and managed to get one of the enemy tanks. We finally have some armored support, but this is only on the left side. Meanwhile, a Sherman with escort is coming. You can see the right side, it's a lot worse. Matildas everywhere, a Grant. The Hellcat still here doing absolutely nothing. My machine gun, it's doing such a desperate work trying to prevent. I activate Fosforo Bianco to try and penetrate the Grant. This is just how desperate I was. Sadly, the Grant has too much armor for my machine gun to upgrade. Even with the bonus penetration and damage, it's just not gonna work. The Hellcat, it's finally moving, but it's really not doing anything. At least I managed to get all of this fuel. So my ally is moving forward, so I'm gonna do the same. So I realized that there's always an enemy sneaking through here, so I'm building a machine gun bunker to make sure no infantry is going to attack us again. When you are playing really defensive, like when the enemy pushes you back, you must always build a defensive line. If you don't build a defensive line, the enemy is just gonna blitzkrieg your way, and you're probably gonna lose. So you can see here, prepare anti-tank cannons, prepare machine guns, make their life hard, don't just let them push you. However, you can see despite our valiant efforts, it's not looking good. The enemy has 3 points. We are down by like 50%. We are keep fighting, it's not over yet, but most newer players will have probably like surrendered by now, but not us. Me and my team were not going to surrender. We fight until the end. Okay, so the Grant finally appears, so we open fire with everything we have. And the Grant goes down. Beautiful. The Grant was one of the biggest threat. The Matilda also goes down. So we are fighting back. It's not over by any means necessary. We also steal an enemy Hellcat, or well, rather my ally steals an enemy Hellcat. Is it gonna survive? Sadly not, but it was a valiant effort. And nothing is stopping him to just try again. When the enemy has a lot of vehicles, Africa Corps just becomes a heaven to play with. Because you can either recycle resources for fuel and manpower, or you can steal the enemy vehicles, which is just so much fun. Technically, you can also do it with the Americans if you have the M31 recovery vehicle. But Africa Corps is generally better, but hey, nothing is stopping you. Okay, so from this moment I realize what battle group one of the Americans chosen, because the Witchbang, it's a unit you can only take with one of the groups, which is Gruppo Operazioni Speciali. So I realize, okay, so they might have rocket artillery, so I must be really careful to not keep all of my units close, because they might die really quickly. But now I finally managed to get a second half-track with stormtroopers after I lost my last one. You can see my idea of the bunker paid off, because so much infantry just came from this little door. That machine gun prevent us from like probably losing all of these anti-tank cannons, so I'm really proud of myself. My ally also has an half-track here, so that's really good. So because my ally has a half-track here, I'm gonna try and move mine over here to protect the victory point. You can see we are still losing a point. I mean, The enemy has what, 20 times our points? The situation will seem hopeless. So you probably think this game is going to end with a defeat. But I was not going to let that happen. So we are fighting back, we are finally capturing one victory point after what felt like forever. My Grenadiers level 3 are advancing. They'll go in for the kill, machine gun spotted, absolutely priority. But sadly they have a second machine gun here too. Thanks God, my grenade lancer from my allies seems to be destroying it really easily. A Matilda goes forward, really bad choice. More infantry here, my bunker opens fire on them. So I move my anti-tank cannon more forward. Because I am comfortable, I can get rid of them. I see they have another machine gun here. So I relocate my soldiers to be protected. Crusader spotted, anti-tank gun getting ready to open fire. The Crusader goes around, but I managed to find a bazooka on the ground. The bazooka is gonna help us a lot dealing with all of the enemy tanks. So I tried to hunt him down. He's really low health, so just one more hit should be it. Sadly, I lose my Grenadiers. This was a really sad moment for me. So yeah, I lost my Grenadiers and the Crusader managed to escape, so that was a really bad trade, but I'm not giving up. My Stormtroopers are now moving forward, kicking away the enemy just in time. So, the result is 43 points against 463. So, it's not looking too good, but we have not lost yet. My ally finally built another Flak 38 after so much time. Probably a good choice because we have a lot of anti-tank cannons. So they got a Matilda and a Sherman. We must try and save his emplacement because it's gonna make our job easier. Sherman goes down and my veterancy goes up. Matilda also goes down, that's really good. Now the Crusader is here, but he has to retreat almost immediately. So now we got 2 points and the enemy got only 1. But I mean, they got so many points. Is it even possible to win? Meanwhile, I got Panzer Grenadiers to replace my Grenadiers that I lost earlier. So I'm trying to push into the city to also capture this point. You can see they got a lot of infantry, Captain, Gurkha, more Gurkha here, so I throw some grenades. I see my ally, it's helping me with air support, the Luftwaffe. Yeah, I was really lucky not only to have a really good team, but also a really good teammate. This guy, me and him always supported each another. He now builds the Flak 36 in a really good position. So anyway, I push against this section of Tommies, but I'm not letting them escape. I see they are veteran C2. Veteran C2, it's good. So I tried to kill them and thankfully I managed to get the kill. So now the enemy has lost a really good infantry squad. So over here another level 2 Tommy squad. So I'm gonna try to do the same. Thanks God I found a grenade lancer on the ground. So my stormtroopers are even more deadly. I try to go for the kill. And another level 2 Tommy is dead. Really good. The enemy has lost 2 amazing infantry squads. By the way, you can see one of the AI has only Gurkhas and a couple of tanks. So yeah, Gurkha spam, I don't think it's really that effective in any scenario. Sadly, I walk into a mine, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna retreat my Panzer Grenadiers while my Stormtroopers capture. And also, hope. We finally have hope. I call in my Tiger tank. I did it a little earlier, but yes, we finally have a Tiger. With a Tiger on the field, I feel like there might be hope. So anyway, I'm retreating my Tiger, because I remember at some point another Crusader just attacked my base always from this point. But anyway, our defenses are great. I upgrade my half track to a medical half track, so all of my positions and ally infantry can repair. If I never captured this fuel point back then, it's really likely I was never able to get this Tiger later on. And this Tiger was really good, but you can see I'm kinda not really using it. I'm doing a big mistake. I'm just keeping it here around as like a fear meter to scare the enemy, which is not entirely useless, but when you got so many anti-tank cannons, you must realize, okay, it's probably better if I use my Tiger more actively. So you can see that later on I will move my Tiger here and my allies are going to thank me for it. But for now I just kinda played too defensively for my own opinion. I just leave the Tiger here to scare off any possible tank. But I mean, we have the flak, we have pack 40s everywhere. I should probably be more aggressive. I also get this machine gun to pin any infantry that might try and go from here. I also tried to get this fuel point because it's a level 2 fuel point. So you know, the enemy has already a lot of tanks. So if we can reduce the amount of tanks they can have on the battlefield by stealing their fuel, that will be really good. Meanwhile, I produce another half track, and this half track I'm planning to move it here to get all of these machine guns. Okay, and this is the moment you can see I realize, okay, the Tiger here is useless. Instead, my allies really need help over here. Mortar, Sherman, let me help them. I got the Tiger, and as I say, with big powers comes big responsibility. Me having the Tigers means I have the responsibility to help my ally. I got the big weapons. I can't just hide, keep them behind. I must use my big weapons to help my little allies. So my Tiger finally reaches the battlefield. So anyway, he has 2 Semicingolati, which is really cool. The Semicingolati repair tanks a lot faster than any infantry. And of course, with Semicingolati you can repair enemy tanks, which is the best part. But yeah. So over here, Sherman spotted. So I think soon enough I will move my Tiger into action. Okay, here comes a Crusader. And there it goes, Crusader down. Now there is a Sherman and a Grant, but I'm not afraid. I got the Tiger. The Tiger is an amazing beast. Grant against Tiger, the Tiger wins 9 times out of 10 in a frontal engagement. So I see they have the Grant, I'm trying to go for it. They also got the Matilda. You can see how the Tiger just doesn't care. So my Tiger goes for the Matilda, but I tell him no, aim for the Grant. The Grant, it's more dangerous and it's also more damage. So now the Grant, it's gonna try to escape, but I predict this. So I move forward and get the kill. We destroyed 5 enemy tanks in 1 minute. Losing 5 tanks in 1 minute, it's really bad. I now also get a machine gun, which I got with my half track. I told you, everything comes together. Spax writes yo, and it's because the Crusader and the Witchbank have finally arrived and they are destroying my base. My bunker here, it's gone, and they are just kinda messing around. So I'm trying to get my Tiger back because, you know, my ally got 2 tanks, we destroyed 5 enemy tanks, so I think he can handle it, but I really need to defend my base. The enemy is now moving from the left to the right for some reason, probably attacking positions here. So I move my Tiger. Remember, there is no problem moving your troops to defend. Like, these 2 tanks are super overexposed. They, if they don't retreat right now, it's almost guaranteed that they will die, which is exactly what happens. So my ally sends a Panzer IV. But the Panzer IV seems to be having a little bit of trouble, so he retreats. And now here comes big boy Tiger helping the little Panzer IV. So the Witchbang actually cannot use his main gun. So first I focus the Crusader, and now the Witchbang is literally powerless. So he's gonna try to run away, but it's too late, like literally too late to do anything, and he's going to die. The Panzer IV managed to get the kill, gets veterancy 1, really good. And this is why you never overexpose your troops, because when your enemy catches you off guard, your troops are literally deep into enemy territory, you will not manage to escape. Anyway, my ally it's attacking here, trying to push the enemy back, and I think, you know what, that's not a bad plan. Let me try and help my ally. So I'm moving my Tiger over to try and support them. Their Sherman is really damaged. They also get the Grant, which is a nice find. In this match, the AI really spam a lot of Kruka. Okay, so my Tiger is now fighting this Sherman. This Sherman has no chance of winning. By the way, here I used my grenade ability. Okay, and the Sherman goes down. Now I ping my ally. I ping him that I intend to attack here. I also put my machine gun here to pretty much just stop his infantry from ever advancing. I am now upgraded my half-track to the Stammel variant. The Stammel is really good because it allows you to have fire support. And look now, from a dead position, from the enemy having like 20 times our points, we now have 1, 2, 3 points. We are actually fighting back, and we are actually winning. Like, the enemy still has 200 points, but we are fighting back. Like, now we are the one attacking. I tell to my ally, look, I'm attacking here with my Tiger, with my Stammel, so support me with your Sherman and your Grant. And the enemy is now paralyzed. Over here, a Hellcat just walks into my pack and my ally flag, which is already veterancy 3. This side, it's holding up amazingly. Over here, another Crusader breaks our defense, but I'm ready for it. So I find this anti-tank cannon I have here, and I relocate it to look back. Meanwhile, you can see here the epic fight. 2 Panzer IV also join us. We are now opening fire. The Tiger leading the charge. Meanwhile, my infantry, I telling them to again just capture the fuel. My ally is actually deep into the city, which is good. He's stopping the enemy from just attacking the victory point again. Here comes the Crusader. And he's dead. Meanwhile, our fight from the enemy base is keep going. My ally tries to repair a Panzer IV, I think it was. I'm not sure. We'll say it gets destroyed. Sherman, Grant, Tiger and Stammel still holding the front line. I see the chance to get rid of the Hellcat and I take it. There is no reason to just leave that Hellcat alive. Meanwhile, the enemy is trying to send reinforcement to the city, but we just stop him. We got like 5 guns shooting at once. The enemy armor is dead before it can reach the city. Meanwhile, I also managed to get a Panzer IV of my own, so I can support my ally in the city. That was my plan. Over here, infantry encounter, but my friend just has more infantry and they have veterancy. So it's pretty obvious he's going to win. Always be careful of the flares. Okay, my Tiger took some damage, but my ally is always ready to repair it. Having an aware ally, it's just the best you can ever wish for. I now see an engineer squad and I will push them back with my Panzer Grenadiers. So I now try to cut them off with my Panzer IV. These Tommies don't have the Tommy's anti-tank rifle, so that's really good. Also, this guy has a revolver. Interesting. Okay, so I also need to find a grenade lancer for my Panzer Grenadiers. This will make them a lot more deadly. So we now control this area, the middle and the city. The enemy lost all of his momentum, he lost so many tanks. There's not really a lot he can do. By the way, I realized, maybe a little late, but I finally realized that I can use my engineers to build another blockade. So the enemy will finally stop sending crusaders from here, which is really annoying. Anyway, you can see me and my allies are completely harassing the enemy. Me with my Tiger and Stammel and him with all of his tanks. The enemy actually managed to destroy his Sherman, but it's no problem because he can just repair it again. He has pretty good amount of fuel, he can call the Semovente. He went for the Stukas, which is a fine choice. My friend also has the Stukas, the Falsimigers, and my last ally also could have gotten for the Tiger, but I'm not sure he has it. So yeah, my Tiger was a really important unit, not only for allowing us to win, but also for the morale factor. You can see in the chat, I'm writing best team ever, nice game, never give up. And we, against all odds, from a dead lost position, managed to win. And it's why I wanted to share this game. I just felt so proud of myself and of my team. We went from losing by so much to doing an epic comeback. You can see I got -1 control of the map. I didn't even know that was possible. But yeah, I'm just so proud of this. So these, you can see, are all of the graphics. You can see my army value was never the highest, but it helped us win. One of our ally used, like, he pretty much never used most of his resource. Here you can see it's probably where I got the Tiger because of the spike down in resource wasted. And defended point, overall, a big mess. So this are all of my units. You can see my most valuable unit was the Pak-40, and it's not surprising considering how many tanks the enemy had. My Grenadiers also did a good job with 5.92 in the second place. It's really sad I lost them. Grenadiers have a lot of utility. Of course, tanks, as you can imagine, my Tiger took the MVP spot with a value of 6.35, but the Stammel also got a pretty good ratio. And these are the values that my allies got. You can see over here, he got more allies vehicles than actually German ones. His only German vehicles was the recovery one and the medical truck. For the rest, he got the 76 Sherman, the M3 Grand, the Witchwing, the Hellcat, and the M4 Sherman. Really funny. But yeah, this is about it. I know it's not as interesting as a gameplay video, but I really want to share this with the world, because making such an epic comeback for me, it's something I'm so proud of. It shows you that until there is the screen saying you lost, you always have a chance to come back. You lose the moment you lose. There is no such thing as, oh, we need to surrender because it's lost. No, you must always fight back, because you never know whenever a miracle might happen. So yeah, shout out to Spax, Bogard, and Zing for being the best team I ever played with on Companies of Heroes 4. Companies of Heroes 4, I mean Companies of Heroes 3. But yeah, this is it. Just a replay I wanted to share on my channel because, as I said, I'm just so proud of what you can pull off when you just start looking in. But yeah, this is everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.